One Piece Chapter 923, titled Kaido the Yonkou versus Luffy, goes about as well as you could expect. Because although Luffy managed to get a King Kong gun off on, well, elephant gun, I guess, whatever, off on Kaido, smashing him down right into the town. It looks like he did some damage. It really does from the onset. People go running, freaking out. What has this dude done? Attacking Kaido, and even Shutamaru is just like, yeah, no, I'm gonna stick around. Something about this whole situation's bugging me. And Luffy thinks he's more or less taking care of Kaido. However, he then spots Speed on the ground, bloody and beaten down. And she reveals that, along the way of taking Tama back to Amigasa village, she was ambushed out of nowhere by Kaido. They were attacked. He took Speed, and apparently he murdered Tama. Because we see like an image of her, just her hand on the ground, the apple broken, blood all over the floor, all this various stuff. So it's just like either Tama's dead or she was just knocked out, but apparently Kaido showed her no mercy. You know, not to mention, all these growing situations and loss, just like, dude, if we're lucky, we can just brush this off. He won't see us. We can just make a run for it. Let's get out of here before the whole plan is ruined. But Luffy, in his infinite wisdom, is just pissed off about what happened to Tama. And not to mention Tama, his friends as well. So he goes calling out to Kaido, and Kaido's just like, who the fuck are you? And then Luffy's just like, I'm Luffy, the man who will be Pirate King. Kaizukuni Oro wa Naru. And Kaido makes no, limited movements. He doesn't pause, he doesn't hesitate. The moment he hears that name, it's just like, Dr. Hawk, you gotta push, and just fires his laser right at Luffy, incinerating his men who were in the vicinity of all of this. However, Luffy managed to dodge out the way, goes in for another gum gum. Well, actually, he does elephant gatling this time, and for the most part, it looks like he knocks Kaido right on his ass. Like, yep, there he's done. He's done. Not to mention, Kaido reverts back to his normal human form. And it's just like, okay, maybe Luffy's got this. Because Luffy isn't letting up. He's letting out all of his aggression, everything. So he goes gear forth bound, man, and goes in with a Kong organ and just starts wailing on Kaido. It's just like, man, he's basically juggling Kaido at this point. If you're any of my fight game fans out there, he's basically juggling Kaido with his attacks right now. And he is just going in, he's going hard, he's going off, he is just unrelenting in his hits. Because he's just like, no, he's done. Everything that he's done up till now, I'm done with it. He's on the ground, he's out. No, this guy's done. And everyone's just looking on at all of this, and they're just like, the fuck is all of this? And then Kaido just nonchalantly gets up, grabs his iron mace, calls out his attack, 8 trigrams thunderclap, and just knocks Luffy right on his ass. Chapter done. That's it. One hit. One hit. He Bellamy'd Luffy. He pulled a freaking Bellamy on Luffy. Like, just one hit. Now, obviously, this was infused with hockey. Because you see the black sparkling and crackling and all that good stuff. But one hit? Damn, dude. Like, he knocked Luffy into 2 weeks from now on the Fire Festival, and that Kaido kicked his ass right back. Like, knocked Luffy so hard on his ass, you might as well have just taken a rolled up newspaper to Luffy. If that was the case. Cause like, dude, like what? Like, man, everybody was calling out that it's just like, oh man, it's over. Kaido's pissed. He's gonna take down Luffy like it's nothing and all that. But like, man, I wasn't expecting Luffy to not even be able to put up a fight against the dude. Like, it feels like the only reason that Kaido got knocked on his ass was because he was in his dragon form, and maybe he's just not that balanced with his dragon form. I mean, he was drunk after all. And like, if anything, he sobered up pretty quick, cause he claps back at Luffy, and it's just like, you, Pirate King? Like, please. It's just like, dude, what? What? You're like, man, dudes weren't kidding. You're like, yo, Luffy, why'd you Leroy Jenkins this, man? No, that was a bad idea. You don't go against a boss when you only level like, what, 50 max? Kaido obviously level 100. Like, man, that is a one-sided fight if I ever done saw one. Like, dude, nah, man, dude. That's always the greatest thing about One Piece too, cause it's not like Luffy ever really has easy fights, cause he struggles, he struggles at time to time. They're just dudes who are fairly strong, and he has to put in that work, and sometimes he has to get a little bit of help, but especially in the new world, like maybe I think the last like really easy boss he took down was Caesar Clown, and Caesar Clown was only taken out because he wasn't a fighter. And that was after Luffy kind of got his ass kicked, but because Caesar took out all the, you know, manipulated the oxygen in the room that they were in. But here it's just like Doflamingo was handing Luffy his ass for a hot minute. You know, had Doflamingo been able to keep going, he would have handed Luffy his ass. Big Mom, forget about it. You had to go up against her number two at most in order to even do some damage. And even then, Katakuri had to injure himself to keep things leveled, because quite honestly, I think Katakuri had that handled before any of that. I think Katakuri would have just owned Luffy then and there. Like, forget about going up against Big Mom. The most Luffy could do against Big Mom was run away. So, of course, Kaido was nothing to sneeze at. But it's just like, dude. Oda, thank you. Thank you for just not making this a one, this be like, oh, Kaido's here, Luffy's fighting him, it's over, Luffy's won. No, we've established that the Yonkou are top tier big dogs, and if anything, Luffy should have to have help in order to take down Kaido. Lots and lots of help. And I think this is where this is leading to. Luffy meeting back up with Kid, because I think Kaido's gonna throw him in jail, make an example of him just along with Kid. You're gonna meet up, and they're gonna try to recuperate and go from there. With the fact that, Odin Castle has been destroyed, that makes it so that even Luffy thinks that his friends are long gone. That way they can truly go in with a sneak attack. Because Luffy would just be, like 2 weeks, Luffy would be spouting off at the mouth and doing all kinds of silly shit up until that point. But here, this way, it's just like, okay, we keep everything on the DL, we know where Luffy is, we'll get him when the time comes. Because Luffy, I love you, man, you were on some heroic shit, but you need to sit your ass down. This was not the situation you needed to be in. You have no one to blame but yourself for this situation. Like, we needed Sanji, we needed Zoro, we needed Chopper, we needed everyone up in this bitch to even put a dent in Kaido. You know, we need the supernovas. We need Hawkins to turn his little ass around and, heel turn on Kaido. We need Beige coming with Big Father, or Rogue, because apparently he's on some strong ass shit. Get Law in there actually doing something, because even Law's just like, I ain't even gonna mess with this. He's just like, dude, do you. Obviously our plan just not working here. But man, this chapter was wild. But hey, tell me your thoughts in the comment section below. How did you think about Luffy just not even doing anything to Kaido? He's just standing there taking it. Like, man, are you actually gonna hit me or something? Just wild. And if you liked what I had to say about this chapter, which isn't much, it's just like, you might as well have just replaced this with audio of me just screaming, Luffy got his ass kicked, Luffy got his ass kicked, and that would have been the end of it. Cause that's all that really happened here. We got some revelations that Kaido beat up a little girl, and that's about it. He beat up a little girl, and then he beat up Tama. Oh my god. But, if you liked what I had to say here, leave me a like. If you didn't like what I had to say, leave me a dislike and subscribe for more chapter reviews of One Piece. Because though it might seem like the end, this is not the end, and we'll see where things go from here. Thanks for joining me.